Hello and welcome to my easy to understand guide to these Times set pages and audiences. This video is going to be particularly relevant for you if you are studying AQA GCSE Media Studies, as they are currently a set text on that specification. The target audience for the Times is fairly educated, middle to upper class, probably aged 30 to 60, and fairly centre to right political leanings, and mostly quite professional. These pages offer some entertainment for audiences. This idea that there's been a scandal, that this is a shocking story, the emotive language like blood on their hands, it makes it feel dramatic and exciting and emotional. And the bold images as well are going to help to make it feel quite entertaining and interesting to read.
The intertextual references to the ITV drama about this story may help to make things feel even more entertaining and will engage a wider audience.
Obviously, the pages also offer a sense of information and education for audiences as well, explaining to them exactly what's happened in this quite complex political story. It's quite a detailed article with quite complex language and jargon like remuneration. They talk about things like the Justice Secretary, CBEs, and these complex words, perhaps suggest that the audience is more educated and is going to understand them more. They also use a kind of quite formal tone in the newspaper front cover and article, as well as formal quotes. And so this again targets an audience who perhaps are quite educated and perhaps of a sort of middle to upper class background. The article pages and the front cover do also offer a sense of identity and relatability to some audiences. There are going to be some readers who are middle class, but who feel that the upper classes are unfair, that they are elite and that they are corrupt, and that they themselves as the middle classes are being unjustly treated by them. So they are going to perhaps be able to relate to some of these victims, the post-submasters, a little bit more. It appeals to their sense of desire for justice and for law and order. Audiences are going to be able to read this article and form their own judgments about exactly what happened. The audience is clearly positioned to sympathise with those sub-postmasters by the use of language like wrongly convicted. It encourages moral outrage from us to feel like they have been wronged.
Some female readers may enjoy the fact that women are actually represented for once as quite powerful and dominant in this article. However, there are also going to be readers who see this article and see a female person in a position of power who has clearly failed at her job, and they may see this as representing women in power as being incapable. The fact that you have these images of her in the red suit and the high heels, plus there is an article mentioned on the front cover as well about how to dress for your shape. It does sort of appeal to an audience, particularly a female audience, who is interested in things like fashion and style.
There's some suggestion within the article that Tory or Conservative MPs are getting involved and trying to fix the problem. So perhaps it does show Conservatives in a more proactive light than the Daily Mirror article. And that's perhaps representative of the fact that the target audience for this newspaper is perhaps a little bit more conservative. They lean more centre-right politically, and they're more likely to be Tory Conservative voters. So it makes sense to represent the Tory and Conservative Party in a reasonably neutral or positive light. Of course, some audiences aren't going to react well to this article. They are going to see it as not blaming Tory government enough. They're going to see it as not being as supportive enough of the working class people. And some audiences who come from real working class backgrounds are going to see this article as coming from a newspaper that is part of the elite. So that was my easy to understand guide to audiences and these Times set pages. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for other videos that are going to be relevant for you, including about this set text. And if there's a video that you would like that I don't already have, leave a little comment below and I'll add them to my to-do list.